Reset. What's up, everybody? This is Hollywood Meech. This is the DTS Podcast. Thank you for joining me if you're checking this out. So the Browns have completed their coaching staff in terms of major positions. So all positions are filled as far as the head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and special teams. And they, throughout the course of the year may add assistants here and there, but the major positions are now filled. Hiring a guy from Atlanta. And I just want to say right now, the Browns have to go on into this season and preach patience with the coaching staff, not be in a quick judgment to get rid of the coaching staff if it doesn't work out next year, because they're going to have some growing pains. But yeah, they're going to have to show a little bit patience. The fan base as well is going to have to show some patience. Now, where you can't be patient at is on the offense. On the offense, we got to be aggressive because we got to get the offense closer towards the defense than where we are right now, because the defense is so good that you can give yourself a chance if you just, if you just kind of just get there, like get the offense to a medium at least in this first year. Hopefully they can get it to mid, and then you can challenge, because all you need is a good balance, a consistent offense. And hopefully now with everything complete, you can go into, I believe this upcoming week is the combine in Indianapolis. And so now you can start attacking your off season aggressively. You got your coaches in the building. You can go let them get their guys they need to help them coach the players in their position groups, linebacker groups, wide receivers, D-back group. All of these guys, you got your scouts out there. And they just going to have to preach patience as they make the transition. You got to remember, we're transitioning from Kevin Stefanski and his whole philosophy and staff and how he was leading into now the top monking era, where he's leading his way and he's going to try to prove in his own value of what he believes is his way to lead to a successful season. So you got to preach some patience. The fan base is going to have to be patient. So many times, like I was listening this morning, somebody, is this who made this hire and that hire? Who cares? They're here now. The Browns made the hire. How about that? Somebody wanted to know, is this they always want to put blame somewhere, already trying to set up a losing mentality. And a lot of times the sports radio and TV here in Cleveland, it gets exhausting because they're so negative. They are, and I don't get it. Like if you're that disgruntled with what you're doing, talking about sports, then get out the business. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just sports. You're making a living talking about sports. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this. Like this, I need support from people. I need people to send me ads or come and advertise on my platform if they will. Let that be a plug too. You can advertise on my podcast. Hit the email, the DTS Podcast show at gmail.com. But these guys are on major stations, ESPN Cleveland. They are on 92.3 FM, complaining a lot about all of this and this and that. And a lot of times I just think it's just to jerk your emotions. They don't really, they're not that invested into it that heavily. It's just a gig. And sometimes you can tell somebody may have, two guys in particular, Tony Rizzo and Daryl Ryder, they might need to do something else, because they're clearly just a bunch of grumpy guys right now. Another grumpy guy is Adam the Bull, but he's into it. He's just a New Yorker, and sometimes I think that he's still got that New York in him and that New York mentality. If you know New Yorkers are just, I don't know, I don't want to call them rude, but they kind of can just be rude, you know what I'm saying? And just, they can just be standoffish or just dismissive is what I'm looking for. They can be dismissive. But the rest of us who are watching this thing need to be patient with the coaching staff. As far as the players go, it's time for the players to step up. Some of the young players that maybe didn't be so, especially in the wide receiver room, you got to find a way to stay healthy. You got to find a way to get to working harder, or whatever you got to do to make sure that your game is going to elevate this offense, because we need it from the offense, the quarterback position. I don't believe in Shador as a franchise guy, but even he still got to step his game up. He got to go out here and improve dramatically. And the Browns need to go out and find some players to upgrade this offense. And we got to start going on the path of putting good tape out here now, more wins on the table. Because if you can get to top 15 offensive output with the way the defense played, you can find yourself in the playoffs. And once you get in the playoffs, unless you're the Steelers, you don't really have a chance with the Steelers. You know what we know how they gonna do with garbage, them garbage motherfuckers. They gonna get there if they gonna get there. We don't know about now. Tomlin's thing was to get there and get demolished. But if you get in the dance, that's all you can do is give yourself a chance once you get in the dance, right? Even that's the goal, is to stack wins, put out good tape, perform when the game is up, try to find a consistent balance. And so I'm hoping that the Browns practice patience in this upcoming season. We got our coaching staff secured, and now it's time for the offseason to begin starting this week when they start evaluating players. And so let's see what happens. It's the DTS Podcast with Hollywood Meech. Peace.